supposed clause in the Antoine Griezmann contract. What he said was he pays a certain amount of minutes for Atletico, and that means they've got to pay 40 million euros to Barcelona, which they don't want to do, in which case they want to get rid of him before the deadline, and that creates space in the wage bill for Ronaldo. Just on that Griezmann clause, what is it that you understand it to be, and what are Atletico Madrid saying?
So it is to do with how many games in which he plays at least 30 minutes. And it seems to be no coincidence that he's been coming on in the 62nd minute or the 65th minute, or, you know, that kind of region of games. He scored the winner as a substitute against Valencia at the weekend. Diego Simeone was very evasive when he was asked about it. He said, look, it's not about the quantity of minutes, it's about the quality of minutes. And Atletico haven't denied it, but they haven't backed it up either. But it's not a satisfactory situation for Griezmann going forward, because, of course, he wants to be a central figure for France at the World Cup later this year. So, you know, there's going to have to be some kind of resolution somewhere, whether he moves on or Atletico decide that they are going to pay it in the fullness of time. There's going to have to be a solution somewhere, because he won't be happy otherwise.
Am I right in saying that you have a big soft spot for Griezmann?
Yes. I've always loved him as a player. I think he's incredibly hard-working. I think people look at the flair and they look at all the kind of silly stuff he does off the pitch and kind of around the pitch, all the celebrations, the glitter that we had at Barcelona and all that stuff. But actually, you've got an incredibly good player who works ever so hard, who I think has been a massive part of what France have done in the last few years. I think he's a terrific player who's still got a lot to give.
And the good thing about him as well is he's been very outspoken off the pitch. He's not afraid to give an opinion and show support and show his colours in terms of, you know, doing what's right.
Yeah, he's a big character. He's a big character. He's spoken openly about social issues. He has done things away from the games that have let him down, you know, now and again, and he's apologised for those. But on a pure football sense as well, I still think a terrific player, technically brilliant. You look at some of the goals he scored, great awareness of what's around him. I thought it would go better at Atletico. I still think it could, but the difficulty for him is that the partnership that's blossomed so far for Atletico is Joao Felix, who they paid a huge amount of money for, and Alvaro Morata, who suddenly ended up back at Atletico, having been at Juventus, couldn't make the numbers work for him to go there, and he's making the best of it. So at the moment, Griezmann wouldn't be getting in that team at the moment.